Yesterday we have discussed basics of arithmetic progression. Now, today we will do some miscellaneous problems on it and then some concepts, remaining concepts on AP. Look at. Take one application. Let A, B, C, D be four distinct real numbers. Problem is distinct real numbers in AP. Real numbers in AP. The least positive value of K satisfying the equation. Satisfying the equation one equation is given 2 into A minus B plus K into B minus C whole square plus C minus A whole cube equals to 2 into A minus D plus B minus D whole square plus C minus D whole cube. Look at, given that A, B, C, D be four distinct numbers, they are in AP given. One equation is given. You have to find least value of K, which satisfies this equation. Our approach will be always for any AP, first term is A given. So let common difference be D. Let common difference equal to D. Given that first term, FT means first term is A given. Let common difference be D. First term is given as A. So therefore, B is second term. So B is how much term? Second term. Write in terms of first term and D. Let us say this is capital D because already small d is given. Let us say common difference is capital D. B is nothing but second term. That means A plus 2 minus 1 into D. C is third term. C is third term means A plus 2D. So D is fourth term. First step is writing every term in terms of first term and common difference. This is the one. Now take the equation and substitute. 2 into. So 2 into A, look at A minus B. A means A only. A minus B means A minus of A plus D. That means minus D plus K into B minus C whole square. K into B minus C. Look at B minus C. This minus this means minus T minus D whole square plus C minus A. C means A plus 2D minus A. That means 2D whole 2D. C minus A means 2D whole cube. Just I am writing those. So right hand side 2 into A minus D. A is this only, A minus of A plus 3D. That means you will get minus 3D plus B minus D. This is B, this is D. B minus D whole square. That means minus 2D whole square. Plus C minus D. This minus this. That means minus D. So first I have written all the differences. Okay, now this is nothing but minus 2D plus K into D square plus 8D cube equal to minus 6D. So this is 4D square minus D cube, minus D cube. All the terms bring this side. All the terms bring this side and form an equation. 8D cube plus D cube is what? 9D cube plus, bring this 4D square this side. K minus 4D square. K minus 4D square. So D square term. And then 6D this side. 6D minus 2D. 4D equal to 0. This is the equation you got. D into, take D common, 9D square plus K minus 4 into D plus 4 equal to 0. Now look at this, gives D equal to 0 also, but D cannot be 0. If D equal to 0, all the numbers will be equal. Therefore, D not equal to 0. D equal to 0 means all the numbers are equal, but they are given 4 distinct numbers. Therefore, this must be 0. 9D square plus K minus 4 into D plus 4. The least positive, here you write integer value in the question. Integer value. You want least positive integer value of A. Look at here. This is a quadratic equation in D. Now look at D is common difference. D is a real number. Look at D is a common difference means this is a real number. That means this equation must have, the equation must have real roots. If you solve the equation, you must get real roots. This equation must have real roots. Real roots means discriminant greater than or equal to 0. B square minus 4AC. In quadratic equations we have learned, when the equation has real roots, discriminant must be greater than or equal to 0. Discriminant means B square. A is 9, B is K minus 4, C is 4. Discriminant K minus 4 whole square minus 4 into A means 9 into 4 greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0. Now look at this, must be factorized. Quadratic inequality you got. So this is 144. You can write it as 12 whole square. You can write it as 12 whole square. Now look at this, is A square minus B square. A square minus B square means A plus B into A minus B. Right? So this is nothing but k plus 8 into k minus 16 greater than or equal to 0. It is like k minus alpha into k minus beta greater than or equal to 0. So I have told in the quadratic equations, or otherwise remember this formula, x minus alpha into x minus beta greater than or equal to 0. What is the answer? X belongs to minus infinity comma alpha, minus infinity comma alpha union beta comma infinity. Now look at this, can be written as what is alpha? Alpha less than beta, where alpha is less than beta. This is the formula you have to apply. That means k minus of minus 8 into k minus 16 greater than or equal to 0. Here alpha is nothing but minus 8, beta is nothing but 16. So what is the answer? K belongs to minus infinity comma alpha union beta comma infinity. Whenever the quadratic inequality will come, you write in the form x minus alpha into x minus beta. So k belongs to minus infinity comma minus 8 union 16 comma infinity. That means k lies where k will be less than or equal to minus 8. Therefore, k less than or equal to minus 8, or k will be greater than or equal to 16. This means k less than or equal to minus 8. This means k greater than or equal to 16. What is the least value of k? Least positive. In the question he is asking is least positive integer value of k. So in this least value is what? 16. That is the answer. That is the answer. Now for this type of problem, approach will be form a quadratic equation in D. Common difference. As common difference is a real number, this equation must have real roots. So write discriminant greater than or equal to 0. You will get a quadratic inequality. Write that in the form, this form, x minus alpha into x minus beta. Of course, here k is there. In k minus alpha into k minus beta. So formula is k belongs to greater than or equal to 0 minus infinity comma alpha union beta to infinity. In class I told. So that means this means what? K less than or equal to minus 8 or k greater than or equal to 16. Least positive integer value is 16. That is the answer. Like that approach will be. Look at next application. We'll see the next application. Okay, problem is given in an AP, A1, A2, A3 and so on. AP is given like that, given A2 equal to 1. A2 equal to 1. Number one, first question he is asking is Find least value. Find least value of A2 into A3 into A4. Find the least value of A2, A3, A4 if A2, A3, A4, second question, is least. Find A5. Look at the question. Now look at. So A1, A2, A3 are in AP. That means A2 is the second term. A2 equal to 1. That implies second term means what? Let us say common difference is D. A1 plus D is given as 1. Now I can write A1 equal to 1 minus D. A1 equal to 1 minus D. Let us say common difference of this AP is the second term is given as 1. So therefore A2, A3, A4 is nothing but A2 is given 1. A3 is nothing but A1 plus 2D. Third term. This is nothing but A1 plus 3D. Fourth term. That means 1 into A1. You completely convert in terms of D. 1 minus D plus 2D. This is 1 minus D plus 3D. So this comes out to be D plus 1 into 2D plus 1. Multiply this one completely. So you will get 2D square if you multiply this. 2D square plus D plus 2D. If you multiply this, you will get 3D plus 1. 3D plus 1. Now, this has converted into common difference. Now, this is a quadratic expression. To find least value, look at how to do. Always for finding least value, this must be converted into square. So take D square coefficient common. How to convert into perfect square? 2 common. In these two, 2 common. D square plus 3 by 2 D plus 1. Now this must be written as A plus B whole square. Okay, for that what I am doing is for completing perfect square, I am writing 2 into D. This is A square. 2 into A into, I have written 3 by 2 is there. I am writing 3 by 4. Such that 2 into A into B. What is B? 3 by 4. Add 3 by 4 whole square. Remove 3 by 4 whole square. Plus 1. Like that, completing this, converting into A plus B whole square. Now this can be written as A square plus 2AB plus B square. So D plus 3 by 4 whole square minus 9 by 16 plus 1. Okay, now multiply with 2. Multiply with 2. You will get 2 into D plus 3 by 4 whole square minus 9 by 8 plus 1. Minus 9 by 8 plus 1. This comes out to be so if you take the LCM minus 9 plus 8 minus 1 by 8. For finding least value, this must be converted into perfect square plus a constant. Now look at. So this is square. That means this is always positive. Positive plus a constant. So this will be always greater than or equal to minus 1 by 8. This is positive quantity. plus minus 1 by 8 is there. If this will become 0, then it will become minus 1 by 8. If this is not 0, positive value minus 1 by 8, it will be more than minus 1 by 8. That means least value of this is what? Minus 1 by 8. If this is 0, if d equal minus 3 by 4, it will be least. What he is asking? Least value. So therefore, we can conclude that, therefore, I am writing here, least value of A2, A3, A4 is nothing but minus 1 by 8. Whenever he will ask the least value, convert into D. Whenever the quadratic equation in D will come, you do the square like this. Convert into square plus a constant. Then you will get the least value. So this is the first question. Now what he is asking is, if A2, A3, A4 is least, find A5. Now A2, A3, A4, when it will be least? When this is 0. That means when D equal to minus 3 by 4, it will be least. So second question, A2, A3, A4 will be least. Will be least if common difference equal to minus 3 by 4. Common difference equal to minus 3 by 4. Now you know that A2 equal to 1. Now you know that A2 equal to 1. That means first term plus D. This is 1. Now you can calculate what is A1. A1 is nothing but 1 minus D. First term. 1 plus 3 by 4. That means 7 by 4. Now you know the first term and common difference. How to calculate the fifth term? Fifth term in AP. Therefore, A5 is nothing but A1 plus 5 minus 1 into D. What is A1? 7 by 4 plus 4 into minus 3 by 4. So therefore, if you take the LCM, 7 minus 12 divided by 4. That means minus 5 divided by 4. So A5 value is nothing but minus 5 by 4. If it is least, then D value will be minus 3 by 4. That is the concept. If D value is minus 3 by 4, he has given A2, then you can calculate what is the first term. For finding any term, you need first term and common difference. So this is the concept involved. So like that, in IIT, there will be multi-concepts. So this is not direct, multi-concepts are there. Look at next problem. Look at next problem. Another miscellaneous application. Let A1 comma A2 comma A3 and so on, A11 be real numbers. be real numbers such that A1 equal to 15, comma 27 minus 2A2 greater than 0, that is given, and AK equals to 2AK minus 1 minus suffix AK minus 2 for K equals to 3, 4 and so on 11. This is the relation given. For K equal to 3, 4 and so on 11. If A1 square plus A2 square plus A3 square and so on plus A11 whole square. A11 whole square divided by 11. This value is given as 90. This value is given as 90. Then he is asking divided by 11 equal to dash. Look at the problem. So 11 real numbers are given. Here given A1 equal to 15 and 27 minus 2A2 greater than 0, and one relation is given. AK equal to 2 AK minus 1 minus AK minus 2. For K equal to 3, 4 and so on 11. Look at that one. So here they are AP like that, nothing is given, but one relation is given. These numbers are satisfying this relation. All of you follow carefully. So look at, bring this side. AK plus AK minus 2, given that 2 into AK minus 1. This is just like A plus C equal to 2B. A plus C equal to 2B. That means numbers are like this. AK minus 2. Therefore, we can conclude that are in AP. Are in AP. That means if you substitute K equal to 3, A1, A2, A3 are in AP. Okay, now if you substitute K equal to 4, you can say that A2, A3, A4 are in AP. If you substitute K equal to 5, you will get A3, A4, A5 are in AP. Therefore, we can conclude that A1, A2, we can conclude that if that relation is satisfied, these will be in AP. These will be in AP. That means for telling that they are in AP, this relation is given. This relation is given. Now these are the numbers in AP. These are the numbers in AP whose first term is given. A1 equal to 15 given. First term of AP is given. Now second term, look at. A2 is given as less than 27 by 2. Look at, bring that A2 that side. A2 less than, given that A2 is less than 13.5. These two are given. Now look at A1. So take the relation. A1 square given relation. A2 square. Follow carefully. Very good application. Divided by 11 is nothing but 90. Is nothing but 90. First term is given. Okay. So this is A1 square. Let it be like that. A1 square plus A2 is nothing but, if the common difference is D, A2 is nothing but A1 plus D whole square. A3 is third term. 2D whole square. Next term will be A4 3D whole square, like that till A11 square. A11 square means A1 plus 10D whole square, whole divided by 11 equal to 90. This is the given, right? Just I have written A1, A2 is A1 plus D, A3 is A1 plus 2D, and so on. A11 is A1 plus 10D. Because though this is the second term, third term, fourth term, and so on, 11th term. Now look at, from here onwards, A plus B whole square is there. Now look at, so every A plus B whole square, A square plus 2AB plus B square. Now look at, so these are totally 11 terms. Now how many A1 squares will come? 11 A1 squares will come. In each bracket, one A1 is there, so 11 A1 square, 11 A1 square. Now look at here, this is 2AD, this is 2AD, this is 4AD, this is 6AD, like that. I am taking 2AD common. I am taking 2AD. Look at here, 2AD, 4AD, 6AD, and so on, 20AD. From all the thing, 2AD I have taken common. Here you will get 1. Plus, look at here. Here 4AD, that means you will get 2. Here 6AD, you will get 3, plus and so on. Plus here 20AD, that means you will get 10. This plus. Now look at, this is D square, this is 4D square, this is 9D square, this is 100D square. If you take D square common, you will get 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on. You will get 10 square. So divided by 11, divided by 11. This value is given as 90. This value is given as 90. Now look at this, you know, sum of first 10 natural numbers. Sum of first 10 natural numbers. 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on. N, everybody knows, n into n plus 1 by 2. N into n plus 1 by 2. This comes out to be 55. So this value is nothing but 55. Next one is what? Sum of squares of first n natural numbers. So therefore 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on, 10 square. This is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. N into n plus 1 means n is 10. N plus 1 into 2n plus 1. 2 into 10 plus 1. That means 21 divided by 6. Now if we strike off 2 3s, 2 5s, 3 1s, 3 7s. So this is nothing but 35 into 11. 35 into 11. Now substituting here, look at. Substituting here. So 11 into, so this is what A1 square means. A1 square means 15 square, 225. 225 plus 2 into this is A1. 2 into A1, 2 into 15. That means 30 D into, in place of 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on, I am substituting, I am writing 5 into 11 only. 5 into 11, or otherwise 55. Plus D square into, this is what? 35 into 11, whole divided by 11. This is nothing but 90. Can I strike off 11? So 11 is common. I am striking off 11. In each and every term, 11 is there. I am striking off 11. Now look at the, you will get an equation in D. I am writing here. So what is the equation you will get here? Look at D square. I am writing first. 35 D square. 35 D square plus what is remaining here? 150 D. less 225 equal to 90. 225 equal to 90. Now both sides I am striking off 5. So therefore 7d square plus 30d plus 5 into 45. This is nothing but 18. This is nothing but 18 because I want to find the common difference. So 7d square plus 30d. Bring this side. What you will get? 27 equal to 0. Now I want to factorize this quadratic expression. You got 7 into 27. 7 into 27. Now I am doing like this. Factorizing means I am writing this as 3 into 9. So this can be written as, how to factorize here, you have to get 30. So 21 nines. 21 into 9. I am factorizing like this. Look at 7d square plus 21d plus 9d, such that you can calculate what is d value. This is question only. Okay. So from these I am taking 7d common, d plus 3. So from these I am taking 9 common, d plus 3 equal to 0. That means you will get d plus 3 into 7d plus 9 equal to 0. You got d equal to minus 9 by 7 comma d equal to minus 3. Now you got the common difference also. First term is already given, a1 equal to 15 given. So now given a1 equal to 15 given, and you got the common difference those. He has also given that a2 must be less than 13.5. Which d you have to take? You have to take such that a2 must be less than 13.5. First case I am taking. Suppose let us say first term is 15 and d is minus 9 by 7. D is let us say two values you got. Which value you have to take? Let us take a1 first term is 15 and d is minus 9 by 7. a2 is the second term. That means a1 plus d. If you calculate what happens, look at. Given that a2 is less than 13.5. a2 I am calculating. a1 is 15 minus 9 by 7. If you look at, so this is how much? 105 minus 9 divided by 7. This is nothing but 96 divided by 7. So this is nothing but, look at 7 ones, 7 ones. So 26, 7 3 is 21. This comes out to be 13.7. 13.7 is greater than 13.5. But given that a2 is less than 13.5, therefore, you must not take d equal to minus 9 by 7 is wrong. Because for that d, a2 if we calculate, it is greater than 13.5. So therefore, if you take d equal to minus 3, what happens? If you take second case, d equal to minus 3, second case, a1 equal to 15, d equal to minus 3. D equal to minus 3, if you calculate a2, a1 plus d. 15 minus 3, this is 12. Therefore, less than 13.5. Therefore, we can conclude that d equal to minus 3. So, therefore, From the given information, you know that A1 equal to 5, D equal to -3. For that AP, first term is 15 and common difference is what? -3. But he is asking the value of plus and so on A11 divided by 11. Now what he is asking? A1 plus A2 is nothing but A1 plus D plus this is nothing but A3 is nothing but A3 is nothing but A1 plus 2D plus and so on. A1 plus 10D divided by 11. So therefore, how many A1s are there? 11 A1 plus D into take common D into 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on 10 divided by 11. Therefore, 11 into this is how much? 11 into 15 plus D means -3 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on n. N into n plus 1 divided by 2 divided by 11. Therefore, this is what? So this is 2 5s. So look at this is 11 into 15 and this is also 11 into 15. So answer will be what? 0. Answer will be 0. So this value will be what? 0. That is the final answer. That is the final answer. So these type of problems, multi-concept ones will be given in IIT. The thing is here, from the given information, you have to find out what is D. If D you know, you can calculate everything. So D you got, but D two values you got. But he has given that A2 less than 13.5. That's why eliminated one D. This is not possible because A2 you got greater than 13.5. So if D equal to -3, you got that A2 which is 12 less than 13.5. That's why D is taken as -3. And if once A1 and D you know, you can easily calculate this one. Okay. Like that, once you get the logic, you must apply simplification thoroughly. We will go to next concept, Amma. We will go to next concept. Look at next concept. In an AP, next concept, look at very important concept. In an AP, first and last terms are called extremes. Are called extremes. First term in AP and last term in AP are called extremes. They have a particular name. They are called extremes. The numbers between, BN means between FT, first term, and LT, last term, are called arithmetic means. Are called arithmetic means in AP. Arithmetic means in AP. Suppose example, let us take an AP. 9. These are the 5 terms in AP. These are the 5 terms in AP. These are forming AP or not? These are AP, definitely. So first is what? 1, 9. These are called extremes. These are called extremes. Between 1 and 9, how many terms are there? These are called 3 AMs. Between first term and last term, whatever the numbers are there, they are called arithmetic means in AP. Arithmetic means in AP. Between first and last term, whatever the numbers are there, they are called arithmetic means in AP. So what is the first arithmetic mean? First arithmetic mean is 3. We'll name those. Equal to 3. Second AM equal to 5. Third AM equal to 7. Like that they have names. So right from the beginning, first AM is this, second AM is this, third AM is this. Like that, whenever the numbers are in AP, first term and last term are called extremes of AP. And between first and last term, whatever the numbers are there, they are called arithmetic means in AP. Look at suppose. If A, B, C are in AP. If A, B, C are in AP, AC are called extremes. Only 1 AM is there. Only single AM of A comma C. B is called arithmetic mean between A and C. This is nothing but A plus C by 2. Arithmetic mean means sum of numbers divided by total numbers. A plus C divided by 2. Or otherwise we will write that A plus C equal to B. So there is only one number here. That's why only single AM is there. Suppose are in AP. Are in AP, find X comma Y. Let us say. Find X comma Y. That means what he is asking is, he is asking arithmetic means inserted between A and B. This is first arithmetic mean, this is second arithmetic mean. So that means these numbers are in AP only. First term that means if you know the common difference, you can find X and Y in terms of A and B. Now look at the last term is what? B. B is nothing but how many term of AP? Fourth term of AP. Let us take common difference as D. So A plus 4 minus 1 into D. So what is the D value you will get? B minus A divided by 3. So look at D is nothing but B minus A divided by 3. Therefore, X is how many term in AP? In AP second term. In AP second term. So this is second term in AP. Second term in AP means how to calculate? A plus 2 minus 1 into D. That is A plus D. That means A plus B minus A by 3. B minus A by 3. That means if you take the LCM, 3A minus A, 2A plus B divided by 3. Therefore, x is what? First arithmetic mean is nothing but 2a plus b divided by 3. So y. Y is how many term? 1, 2, 3. So third term in AP. Third term in AP. That is nothing but third term means what? A plus 2d. Y is the second arithmetic mean. That means third term in AP. A plus 2d means what? A plus 2 into B minus A divided by 3. If you take the LCM, 3A minus 2A, 2B divided by 3. So therefore, if the first number and last number you know, you can calculate what are the numbers between A and B. Just first find out common difference and then write all the arithmetic means. This is X in terms of A and B. This is Y in terms of A and B. Like that, between the first term and last number, whatever the terms are there, you can calculate those. They are called arithmetic means. They are called arithmetic means. Here two arithmetic means are there. Like that there can be many. Look at one important property of arithmetic means. Suppose it's like this. If A comma A1 A2 and so on are in AP. Are in AP. Now look at between first and last number, how many arithmetic means are there? N numbers are there. These are called NAMs. These are called NAMs. How many numbers are there? NAMs. Look at here, how many numbers are there? Two AMs. Here, how many numbers are there? NAMs. So that means between A and B, N numbers, NAMs are inserted such that all will form an AP. All will form an AP. Then, if N arithmetic means are there between A and B, then sum of all AMs equal to N into formula is sum of all AMs means A1 plus A2 plus AN. This is nothing but N into A plus B by 2 formula. Sum of all these AMs is nothing but formula is N into first number plus last number divided by 2. N is nothing but how many AMs are there? Number of AMs. Here N is number of AMs. You can make use of this rule. Suppose in the previous example you look at X plus Y. In the previous example, suppose two numbers are there. If you calculate sum, what happens? This plus this, look at. This plus this, if you look at. So 3 is the LCM, 3A plus 3B divided by 3. Look at 2A plus A, 3A, B plus 2B, 3B. That means you got A plus B. You can write like 2 into A plus B by 2. Now N is what? Number of AMs. How many? 2. 2 into A plus B by 2 only. That means X plus Y equal to N is 2 into A plus B by 2. Like that, if any number of AMs are there, you write N into A plus B by 2. N into A plus B by 2. Sum of all the numbers between first term and last term equal to N into A plus B by 2. Look at how the application will be on this property. Look at how to apply the property. Four comma x comma y comma z comma u comma 36 are in AP. Equal to dash. Let us take example. Look at between 4 and 36, how many numbers are there? 4. So these are called AMs between 4 and 36. Now he is asking sum of all the AMs. So what is the answer? These are how many? 4 into first number plus last number divided by 2. That means 4 into 40 divided by 2, 20. That means what is the answer? If that formula is remembered, you can easily calculate. You can calculate x, y, z, u and add also, but that will be more lengthy. Okay, now in the previous case, I have calculated what is x, y. Like that, you can calculate. If you calculate and add like this, that will become difficult. Sum is nothing but number of AMs. 4 numbers are there into a plus b by 2. Look at further application on this. Between two numbers whose sum is 40. Between two numbers whose sum is 40. An even number of AMs are inserted. And even number of AMs are inserted if the sum of all AMs, if the sum of all AMs exceeds their number by 342. Find the number of AMs inserted. Look at the problem. Further application. So look at between two numbers. Look at A. Let us numbers be A and B. So n AMs are inserted. That means like that n is even. That means even number. A2, A3 and so on. Let us say there are two AMs. How many number of AMs are there? Even means 2n AMs are there. That means between first and last term, 2n numbers are there such that they are forming an AP. Now given that sum of all the AMs, look at A1 plus A2 plus and so on, A2n, given that sum of all the AMs is nothing but exceeding their number by 342. Their number means number of AMs 2n plus 342. That is given. Exceeding their number means 2n plus 342. For 2n it will be 342 more. Exceeding means, look at sum of all the AMs is nothing but how many number of AMs are there? 2n into first term plus last term divided by 2 equal to 2n plus 342. given that a plus b equal to sum of the numbers 40. So therefore 2n into a plus b by 2 means 20 equal to 2n plus 342. That means this is nothing but 38n equal to 342. 38 nines. Therefore, n equal to what? 9. But he is not asking n value. He is asking how many number of AMs are there. Number of AMs. That means your answer must be 2n. Therefore, number of AMs will be 2n. That means 2 into 9, your answer will be 18. So answer, you must not be mistaken by 9. That is n. But how many AMs are there? 2n AMs are there. So your answer will be 18. 2 into n. Like that, whenever the numbers are inserted, that sum if you are asking, you write that number into a plus b by 2. That is how to use the property. We will go to the next concept. Look at next property of AP. Suppose let us say if A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on, AN are in AP. These numbers are in AP. Let us say numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Okay, na? Like that numbers are there in AP. These are AP only, right? Let us say like that. Number 1. First property is A1 plus K, A2 plus K, A3 plus K, and so on. AN plus K. These numbers will also form an AP. Look at it. These are in AP. If we add a constant to all the numbers, then they will also be in AP. Property is that, look at, these are the numbers in AP. I am adding 3 to all the numbers. 1 plus 3, 4. 3 plus 3, 6. 5 plus 3, 8. 7 plus 3, 10. Now look at, I have added 3 to all. Then look at what happens. 6 minus 4 is what? 2. 8 minus 6 is what? 2. These are also AP. These are also AP. Similarly, if we subtract a number from the numbers, then they will also form an AP. That means in AP, if these are the numbers in AP, if we add constant to the numbers and the formed numbers will form an AP. That means if we add a constant to all the numbers or delete a constant from all the numbers, then that resulting numbers will also form an AP. That is the first property. Number 2. If we multiply constant to all the numbers, if we multiply constant, they will also form an AP. They will also form an AP. That means for these numbers, look at, for these numbers, I'm multiplying with 2. 2, 6. For all the numbers, I must multiply. These are what? Look at 6 minus 2, 4. 10 minus 6, 4. These are forming what? AP. That means if all the numbers are multiplied by K, then the resulting numbers will also form an AP. Will also form an AP. Suppose if I am dividing with constant, then they will also form an AP. That means A1 divided by K, A2 divided by K, A3 divided by K, and so on. Then they will also form an AP. So finally, the property is, if a set of numbers are in AP, for those set of numbers, if we add a constant to all the numbers, if we remove a constant from all the numbers, if we multiply a constant, divide a constant, then the resulting numbers will also form an AP. This is an important property in AP. Look at one problem. Look at one problem. Problem is, are in AP. These numbers are in AP given, then A, B, C are in dash progression. Look at one example, simple example. Look at, these are the numbers in AP given. Okay, now what I am doing is I am splitting, look at, I am splitting B plus C by A. I am writing like this. B plus C divided by A minus 2A divided by A. 2 A plus C divided by B minus 2, comma, A plus B by C minus 2. So they are given as AP. They are given as AP. So now what I am doing is I am adding 3 to all the numbers. I am adding 3 to all the numbers. Then they will also, according to the property, I am adding 3 to all the numbers. Then according to the property, they will also form an AP. Now if you look at, this is plus 1, this is plus 1, this is plus 1. Now if you take the LCM, of A, you will get here plus 1 is there. You will get here A plus B plus C. B plus C plus A, that is nothing but A plus B plus C. So here if you take the LCM, you will get A plus B plus C divided by B, comma, if you take the LCM, you will get A plus B plus C divided by C. Now look at, a common constant is there. Now these are in AP. These are in AP. Now what I am doing is I am dividing with a constant. Look at, I am dividing with A plus B plus C every term. This term divided by constant is A plus B plus C. I am dividing every term by the constant. You can divide with any constant, comma. If we divide with a constant, then the resulting numbers will also form an AP. Now cancel this. Now cancel. Now cancel. So therefore, you got finally 1 by A, comma, 1 by B, comma, 1 by C are in AP. Now he is asking A, B, C are in which progression? Therefore, A, comma, B, comma, C are in harmonic progression. If the numbers are in AP, then the reciprocals will be in harmonic progression. You will come, next progression will be harmonic progression after AP. Remember, when the numbers are in AP, their reciprocals will be in harmonic progression. Like that, using the property. Using the property, you can check whether they are in AP or HP or GP. By using property, it will be easy. Otherwise, it will be difficult to solve the problem. Look at next. We will go to the next concept. We will go to the next concept. Look at next concept. Sum of first n terms of AP. Look at sum of first n terms of AP. You know what are the first n terms? First term is what? A. Second term is what? A plus D. Third term is what? A plus 2D. And so on. Nth term. A plus n minus 1 into D. If we add all the numbers, first n terms, that is called sum of first n terms. And it is denoted by Sn. This is denoted by Sn. Here n indicates that we are calculating sum of first n terms. Suppose if you want to calculate first 10 terms, S10. If you want to calculate first 2n terms, then here will be 2n. This suffix indicates that sum of first n terms. Okay, this is the one. A plus D, A plus 2D, and so on from here to here. N term sum. This is T1, first term. This is T2, third term. First n terms. That means from the starting term to first n terms. So this is the one. For this formula will be well-known formula. Sn equals to, formula is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. The formula for calculating sum of first n terms is n by 2 into 2a. A is the first term and d is the common difference. So this you can write, or otherwise this is also written as a plus last term. A plus first term plus last term. This is A means first term, L means last term. Last term means nth term. This is nothing but A plus n minus 1 into d. This plus this is this only. This you can write if you know A, D, N. This you can write if you know A first term, L last term, and n number of terms. Here A is first term. Ft means first term. So D means common difference of AP. N means number of terms. Number of terms you are adding. N means what? Number of terms you are adding. So that means for calculating sum of first n terms, 3 parameters are needed. One is A first term, second is common difference, second term minus first term, common difference, and n is how many terms you are calculating the sum. Suppose if we ask sum of first 10 terms, n is 10. If we ask sum of first 2n terms, then n is 2n, like that. This is the formula we will apply. Look at one problem, one simple application. After that, we will go in depth. Okay, now. First learn the basic and then you go to the depth level. Okay. One problem we will see. Look at one problem. Plus and so on 100 terms. Suppose you have to calculate sum of 100 terms. So that means here this is AP. First you have to identify that this is AP. This is AP. Common difference is same. So therefore, first term is what? A equal to 3, D equal to 7. N, how many terms? 100. So therefore, you have to calculate sum of 100 terms. So yes, 100 equals to N by 2 into 2A. 2 into A plus N minus 1. 99 into 17. 99 into 17. That is sum of 100 terms. You simplify and write the value. Like that, after substituting, you can easily calculate. Look at one more application. One more application. Just A, D, and substitute in this formula. Just substitute in this formula. Make the problem solving simple. Look at next problem. If the sum of first two n terms, another problem. If the sum of first two n terms of AP two, 5, 8 and so on and so on. This is one AP given is equal to sum of first n terms. First n terms of AP. Another AP is given like this: 57, 59, 61, and so on. Then n equal dash. Look at the problem. So for this AP1, first AP. So this AP only common difference and first term. A is 2, D is 5. D is 5. Now you have to calculate sum of first two n terms. Just like 100 terms, here 2n terms. That means n is 2n, n by 2. 2n by 2 into 2a, 2 into 2. Plus n minus 1 means 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1 into d. 5. So this is this n into what is the value we will get here? Sorry, d is 3. D is 3. D is 3. Okay, now. So 3 into 2n, 6n. 6n, 4 minus 3 plus 1. 4 minus 3 plus 1. So sum of first two n terms is what? This is 6n square plus n. 6n square plus n. Now AP2. Another AP is there. Another AP, this is the one. A equal to 57. D is 59 minus. So that means for this sum of first n terms. First n terms is nothing but n divided by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into 2. 2 I am striking off. 2 you can take common here. So n into, look at n plus 56. So here you will get n square plus 56n. 56n. What he is telling, this sum and this sum are equal. So therefore, 6n square plus n equals to n square plus 56n. So therefore, 5n square equal to, bring that side, 55 and n will get cancelled. N is nothing but 11. N is nothing but 11. Like that, simple. Finding sum of first n terms is simple. Find AD and then what he is asking here, S2n, you write n as 2n and then A and D, like that. These both are equal, equate and find the value of n. That is simple way of finding sum of first n terms. Simple applications. Now we will see further application of this one. Look at next concept. If you look at for this AP, you look at the sum of n terms here. Sum of n terms. Look at sum of first n terms is always you are getting n square plus 56n. This is of second degree. That means sum of first n terms will always you will get a second degree expression in n. Here look at n square coefficient is what? 1. N coefficient before constant 56. Constant will not be there. That means we can say that sum of first n term will always be in the form. Will always be in the form Sn equals to, you will always be in the form an square plus bn. So it is a quadratic expression in n whose constant will not be there, 0. That means always sum of first n terms will be of the form an square plus bn. That means whenever sum of first n terms is given a quadratic expression in n whose constant is 0, then that numbers will form an AP. Whenever the first n terms is given in the form quadratic expression in n, that series will be a AP. That series will be a AP. Look at here. This is the one series or what? AP. Like that. Whenever it is given like this sum of n terms, you have to know that that series is forming an AP. That numbers are forming an AP. Look at. If sum of n terms is given, how to find first term and common difference? Look at. if in AP, sum of first n terms is this, then first term AP is nothing but A plus B. First term of AP is nothing but coefficient of n square is A, coefficient of n is B. This is nothing but A plus B. Remember the formula, I will tell how. Common difference. Common difference is nothing but 2A. 2 into coefficient of n square. Okay, so look at how. So now sum of n terms is in this form. So let the AP be, I am assuming that let the AP be like this. A1, A2, A3 and so on. Let the corresponding AP be like this. Now in the given expression, I am substituting n equal to 1. S1 is nothing but A plus B. S1 means what? Sum of only one term. Only one term means S1 means A1. In this series, sum of one term. A1 is A plus B. Therefore, first term is nothing but A plus B. That means if the sum is given like this, first term is nothing but A plus B. Suppose let us say in this one n equal to 2. N equal to 2. S2 is what? S2 is nothing but 4A plus 2B. That means S2 means sum of two terms. A1 plus A2 is nothing but 4A plus 2B. What is A2? A2 is nothing but 4A plus 2B minus of A1. A1 you know. That means this is nothing but, so 3A plus B. 3A plus B. Now common difference of AP, D equal to A2 minus A1. Common difference is second term minus first term. So 3A plus B minus of first term is what? A plus B. This is nothing but 2A, like that. Whenever this AP is given, sum of first n terms, write the first term and common difference. By using that, you can calculate any term of AP. Okay, now just remember this formula, this result. I will tell the application how to use this. What are the applications on this? By taking like this. Look at. In an AP, Sn is given as 2n square plus 3n. Sn is given as 2n square plus 3n. That means sum of first n terms. Find number 1, 10th term of that AP and nth term of that AP. Okay, now? So look at here. Here A is what? 2. B is what? 3. B is what? 3. First term. So first term is what? 2A plus B. First term of that AP is A plus B. This is the one. 5. So what is that? Common difference is nothing but 2A. 2A is nothing but 4. You know the first term and common difference. So you can easily calculate the terms. So therefore, 10th term, number 1, A10 equal to A1 plus 9D. A1 means first term 5 plus 9 into 4. So 36 plus 5 is what? 41 is the 10th term of the AP whose sum of first 10 terms is this. Now second nth term. Nth term is nothing but A1 plus n minus 1 into D. A1 plus n minus 1 into D. So A1 is nothing but this is A1 on first term. 5 plus n minus 1 into D means what? 4. So that means this is nothing but 4n plus 1. 4n plus 1. Like that you can calculate any term by using this concept. So this concept will be used whenever the sum of first n terms is given as a formula. Look at further application on this. Further application. Look at. In an AP, given the problem, in an AP, if S2n is to Sn is given as 2 is to 3. 2 is to 3. Then find S3n is to S2n. Look at. In an AP, given the ratio, this is S2n means what? Sum of first two n terms. Sum of first two n terms, what is given? Divided by look at sum of first two n terms, you know what is that? 2n by 2 into 2a plus 2n minus 1 into d. Like that you can write that one. Sum of first n terms is there n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. But if you substitute like this, it will be d. It will be more laborious, lengthy. For this approach will be like this. Okay, let Sn. Always you know that Sn will be of the form an square plus bn. Let us assume that sum of n terms of that AP will be in this form an square plus bn. Look at now. Look at if we cross multiply. 3 into S2n equal to 2 into Sn. Now look at Sn is nothing but this one. Suppose if you want to calculate S10, what we will do if we substitute 10 here? Like that, S2n means in place of n, 2n. In place of n, 2n means here you will get 2n whole square. 4an square plus here 2bn. 2bn equals to 2 into Sn, same that value substitute 2n square plus bn. So all bring this side and find the relation. Look at this is 12an square, this is 2an square. That means bring this side 10an square, bring to the left hand side. So this is 6bn minus 2bn. That means 4bn equal to 0. Now what I am taking common is here What I am taking common is, what is common? 2n is common. 2n is common. 5an plus 2b equal to 0. N cannot be 0. N cannot be 0. That implies 5an plus 2b equal to 0. Look at 6. So correct only. So S2n 4an square plus 2bn 2 into an square. So 12 minus 2 10an square 6. Okay, this, look at b is what? So b value you find out. B value is nothing but minus 5an by 2. B in terms of a you calculate. Okay, now, so b value, let us say first equation this one. So now what you need to calculate? S3n divided by S2n. You need to calculate this value. Suppose look at S3n means what? In place of n you substitute 3n. That means 9an square, 9an square plus 3bn. Look at 3bn divided by. So now S2n means 4an square plus 2bn. 2bn. Now I am striking off one n. So 9an plus 3b divided by 4an plus 2b. 4an plus 2b. Now b value is substitute here. 9an minus. If you substitute b value, you will get 15an by 2. B value is minus 5an by 2. 3 into minus 5 means minus 15an by 2. 4an plus 2 into minus 5an by 2. What is the value? Okay. So what you will get? So 18an minus 15an, 3an by 2 divided by minus an. Right? That means you will get minus 3 by 2. That is the ratio. Minus, look at cancel. So an will get cancelled. What is the ratio? What is the ratio? Final answer is S3n divided by S2n is nothing but minus 3 by 2. Minus 3 by 2. Look at the approach I will tell once again. Look at, this is the ratio given. For these type of problems, always assume Sn like this, because if you substitute S2n and Sn, it will be very difficult. So always take Sn like this. Now cross multiply. 3 into S2n equal to 2 into Sn. S2n means substitute here 2n. 4an square plus 2bn equal to 2 into Sn is same. Now find a relation here. So bring this side. This is 12an square minus 2an square, 10an square. This is 6bn minus 2bn, 4bn. I have taken 2n common. 5an plus 2b equals 0. So this find b in terms of a, minus 5an by 2. Now what you need to calculate? Sum of this divided by sum of this. 3n means substitute 3n. 9an square plus 3bn divided by 2n means 4an square plus 2bn. I have taken n common and cancelled. So 9an plus 3b divided by 4an plus 2b. 9an, b is what? Minus 5an by 2. So here 3 into minus 5 by 2 means minus 15 by 2 an divided by 4an. So 2 into minus 5an by 2, minus 5an. So this is what? 18an minus 15an, 3an by 2 divided by minus an. Like that you can easily calculate what is the ratio. So this approach you, whenever the ratio is given and is asking the ratio, this approach you follow. This will be easy. Okay, now my time is up. So today revise this concept and I will send a DPP for you. Study the concepts and solve the examples and then practice problems. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.